there. It's a game. There you go. Here we go, Pubsy. Sorry, buddy. Alrighty. Hi, everybody. Oh, what's this? Howdy. Doing pretty good. How about you? Hopefully my mic is on. Do a quick little Discord test here. Testing. Yeah, it's on. Good. Perfect. Should be good to go. Well, it's good seeing you. Second stream. Hoping to do some good. I've made a few adjustments. Hopefully they work well. The camera blurring out the background seems to be a little bit glitchy, but maybe I can do something here. Doesn't seem to do too much. Well, let me know if you prefer this or the other one. I'll do whatever makes the people happy, but I like this a lot. I just need to do some tweaking. Maybe the issues with the lighting in the room. Let's test this out. It looks a little funny. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Need front light, not back light. Perfect. Well, fully plan on just blasting a few maps. Got a pretty good zone ready. Do I have something? I guess I had another map on me already. Alrighty. So what you up to, Ava Pretty? Oh, that's a double upped one. I should get a tier 16. 19 rarity. You know what? Let's go big. First map, let's go big. Hope it hits well. If we can get lucky and get the 10 breaches first map, that would be a great start to the stream, but that might be being a little too greedy here. Hi, Hina. I'm doing pretty good. Welcome to the stream.
Relentless assault!
Trying to work my way up to level 96 here. I was doing pretty good until yesterday. I think I hit a glitch in the Stone Citadel because the boss was phasing between phase 1 and phase 2. I obviously had him down. I was full health with like literally more than 16,000 life. Speaking of which, is this... yeah. Mapping ring, yeah, I got everything on right. And then he just popped me. Oh, sorry, Eva Pretty. I'm not needing art by it. Get out of there. I gotta change
for the
this scaling. There we go. Now I can see you guys' chat a little better. Got you off to the side so that I can try to keep everything in order, everything visible. So how are you doing, Hina?
Not yet.
I have to adjust this a little bit. I've been getting word that the video is a little bit off for color, so I took it off HDR. I'd really hoped Streamlabs would have shown it well, but it seems HDR just is a no bueno for recording and streaming. Oh, am I about to make some money? Guess we'll find out.
I cannot.
Seems doubtful, seems like they're just a lurker. Oh, of course I'm there. Can you not hear my voice? Is the audio not coming through? Let's see here. Let me know if I need to fix something. Hopefully it comes through. I could add a chat box on here if I can. That'd be a good one to have, so you guys can see when stuff's coming up. There it is, chat box, add. Where did it go? Doesn't seem to be playing, that's weird. It should be posted. Let's do this little test here. Oh, yeah, now it popped up. There we go. We got a chat box. We're good to go. It's fun learning new things here. Haven't put this in place yet, but it feels so official. Alrighty, so Hina, how can I help you? Yes, I need to fix something.
Not yet.
Okay. Let's see this then. Audio. Probably this guy right here. It's saying that I got the chat audio going through there. Desktop. Mic is chat. Is this not working? Oh, that's weird. But okay. Can you hear me? There we go. Getting rich here. If you share with me your Discord, I can give you some details. Yeah, for sure. My Discord here, I got it linked in my main videos. I'm pretty sure I have it linked in the actual chat as well. I'll put it down here. Ooh. Doing two things at once. Well, I don't know, that seems super sketchy, but I don't trust that for a second, so just post in chat, please. Well, let's see if I'm about to sell my old belt. I just bought this new one, 74 with a crazy 15 to dexterity on it. What is all that? I don't know what that was about. Options. Let's see if I can bring the brightness up a touch. That should help. Sorry, Hina, but I can't. Well, getting a lot of attention for this. A lot of attention. So obviously, my belt must be at the lower end. I logged on just like not even 5 minutes ago, and I'm getting a bunch of messages for it. So that's 1, 2, 3 for it so far. And one, it didn't even have a price yet. That's how you know I'm a pretty girl.
What is it?
Oh boy. Am I ever gonna be able to get back to that map? Come on, please, just buy it. Just buy it so that I don't have to sell it anymore. Sorry, Hina, but that's not happening. You're not being very straightforward. It's very confusing, the things that you're saying. It just doesn't make sense. That's not how a person talks, so I'm not trusting it. Sorry about that. Worry about clicking links and adding certain characters on Discord. Appreciate you popping by, but I'm not going to be adding that unless it seems a little bit more legit.
Not yet.
Okay, now where is this breach? There should definitely be a minimum of 1 breach here. We've got a level 82 area. Let's do this. Come on, game, make me feel rich. Oh yeah. The 2 people with the very sketchy messages. Apparently their first time chats, so that makes sense. New accounts trying to fish for information. Where is this breach? This thing is hyper hidden. There's not even any enemies left on the map, really. Like, strong box. My portal is somewhere around here. Howdy, Lena. How are you? Yeah, I'm pretty happy to be doing this right now. It's a lot of fun. I finally got this set up in a way that I'm happy with the camera not showing the entirety of the room with all the packages we have to send. It's feeling pretty legit now, instead of, oh look, you don't even see the elliptical behind me. We've come a long way in one stream. Oh yeah? What class do you play in D&D? And were you running it, or were you playing?
Soil.
Oh, very nice. The Blade Singer's nuts. Are you one of the ones with like 26 to armor class? Or are you kind to your DM? I really like playing D&D as well. I have played I haven't done much with mage, honestly, or wizard for that case. I'm mostly like a. Well, I mean, I ran a lot of games, but I played a bunch of rogue, and I've played a bunch of like a fun little barbarian, Ned Stork. That was a good one. Also had Bilbo T. Baggins. It was an arcane trickster rogue that had bags of holding that he would sneak onto people. It was a really good time. Oh, thank you. You got any good stories about your Blade Singer?
Fate is on my side.
Yeah, no problem. Just the one breach this map. Holy, level 17?
Go on.
Guys are nuts. Never made it that high before. Wow. How often do you play? Five years is a long time to make a story. Once a week for 5 years? Your DM is insane. Holy. Man, I don't know how you keep it up. That's wild. Oh man. Well, I'm jealous. I ran one for a whole year and a half every week, and I thought that was just too much. I don't know how he's keeping it up. I'm happy that you guys are still sticking around though as a group. Like, holy crap. Having a group that sticks together that long is insane. PNP. I don't know what PNP is. Oh, pen and paper. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. How many people do you get coming out? Holy. It's a lot of people for one session. Bunch of tables, I assume. Is it like a single pre-written campaign that you guys run, or is it just like an introduction to the whole thing for everybody? Oh no, I got it wrong.
I cannot.
Oh, we're doing some of that right now too. There's a lot of fun systems out there that are D&D-like. A little bit of a chunkier one is Shadowrun, but it can be a lot of fun because there's so much open nature to it. Just it's limited by your creativity, kind of like Cyberpunk. Another really good one that I'm surprised is as good as it is the Marbles. Called, I think it's just called the role-playing game. Marbles, the role-playing game. 4 one-shots per day. That's fun. Yeah, I got a centaur with 6 arms, and his name is Horsepower. So I am a big fan of the goofy funkiness of Shadowrun for sure. But I definitely almost die every session. Like, I got ran over a semi-truck last game. Gotta get the loot. Loot is life. Clunky. I'm assuming had some crazy cyber tech. What made it weird? Everybody that I've been... I mean, when you're rolling 19 dice, it definitely feels a little clunky that way, but what do you mean by that?
Fury unleashed! I'm unable.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm guessing you have a few bullet holes in your orc as well then. Yeah. You don't need to be good at the game as long as you're a good distraction for the rest of the group. Oh, no worries. I mess up words all the time too. So let me know if I get something wrong and I'll try to explain myself a little better. But welcome from Germany. Good seeing you. Good hearing from you. I guess that makes sense that you like Shadowrun since it's a German game. It's sometimes hard to find source material in English because a lot of it is in German only. And I do not speak German, but that would probably make things a lot easier. My one buddy, he's the one running the game, and he's the true mastermind when it comes to Shadowrun. He seems to know every detail in and out. He knows the rules from like 3rd edition on, and I'm pretty sure we're doing 6th right now, if I'm remembering right. It's the latest version, 6th E, because there's like A, B, C, D, and I'm pretty sure we're at 6th E right now. I don't usually pick up the Jimbarayas, but for whatever reason I'm feeling it right now. Oh, that's a much better. Guess they're all kind of decent. Crap. Guess I'm on... there we go. I don't need that. Well, I'm glad I found another Shadowrun person here. I've pretty much never met anybody else that plays except for my group. That's kind of cool that I found you here. Oh, are you the lovely person who said hi to the dogs and wanted to give them kisses from Germany? If so, that's super cool. Oh, well, I'm glad to finally, well, not hear from you, but talk to you. It's a good time. My dogs actually really appreciate that. I told the girlfriend about it, and she laughed. She loved it, and she said, "Oh, I'm already being stolen from her." It's a pretty good time.
Of course.
Oh, there it is. Ah, it disappeared. Well, I'm glad you chose to come see me out of all the other wonderful streamers around. It's tough competition, but I'll try to make it worth your time. One thing I'm trying to do, trying to see what everybody wants. Is there anything that you're thinking would be pretty fun for me to put out there? Something that would make it, I don't know. What does the audience want to see, I guess? Because, I mean, Germany, you guys have pretty good taste. I haven't really heard too much bad things about any kind of German entertainment other than it's a little bit serious. So I kind of want to see what your perspective is on it. It's something I wouldn't have access to here in Canada. Like it's a whole new perspective, and that's really interesting to me.
Yes.
Yeah, just anything.
Go on.
It's kind of an open-ended question.
Go.
Oh, that's terrible. 86%, I'm going quick. Getting a whole experience per map.
No escape! I cannot. Back to the soil.
I don't know if you can
The
hear it,
dreamer
but the big girl, she's
provides.
snoring behind me a little bit. Hopefully the microphone cuts it out, but it'd be kind of funny if that was going on in the background. The big one doesn't snore too loud, which is weird because she's a 60-pound pit bull. But the little one, she's a 15-pound Cocker Spaniel, and I swear she snores louder than most people. It doesn't make any sense. The Dark Eye. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. I haven't heard of that one, but it has a really catchy name, that's for sure. Oh, okay, sorry. I'll turn that down then. Let's see if I can fix that right away for you. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, audio. I don't know if I can change it here, but I definitely can just come right here for sound and go like this. Way, way down. Okay. I'll hop back in the map. Let me know if that's better. I think it should be, but I mean, I've made mistakes before. If it's not working that way, I can change it in a few other ways. Ooh, it is English? Okay, so the Dark Eye. I got a tab here. I'll pull it up here. The Dark Eye. Play through Dark Eye. This Ulysses Spiel? This one? Oh wow, I'm getting lots of sales today. Perfect. Well, I don't know how I'm making so many sales, but yay me. I think this might be my old one, I don't know, but either way it works. Perfect. Alrighty, time to check it out. Because I'm actually really interested in this. You would love to play my build, but you never found it. You haven't found a single divine? Oh, that's really unfortunate. The good news is, though, that the gloves are going down really fast, actually. When I first bought mine, like, these are ridiculous ones now, but when I first bought the simple 1 to 10 with kind of terrible stats on them, they were, I think I had to spend 13 divine for them. And right now, the gloves are just like 5, I think, for a terrible pair. Hand of Wisdom and Action, this one here. Apparently I got some things I gotta clear out. There we go. So, these are obviously fake prices. This pair with 1 to 8 is kinda terrible. You probably wouldn't even pay. I mean, it'd do decent damage. Like this one, they're only wanting 3 divine, but it's got the 2% attack speed, so you'd want to go attack speed for 25 dex, minimum 3, and then just don't care about the attributes. You'll fix that another time. You're not going to use chaos res because, well, you don't take chaos damage. This guy, I don't know if he'd actually sell it for a div, but I mean, if you wanted entry, that would get you there. Then right in here, 3 div, and a whole bunch of them at 3 div. Like, that's not bad at all. Hell, Espunio. I think I have a link to my Discord on my Twitch. It should just take you right there. I'll try and check this out. Do I not? I'm gonna have to quickly mute this so the audio doesn't go terrible. Yeah, I got a Discord link on it right there. You can just follow it. It's on my About page. So yeah, these are... I mean, it's still pretty nice with 20 to whatever, but you'd get this one here for sure for 3 div if you could. And I know when I'm low on currency, like I got a whole bunch of gold, sometimes I just can't afford anything, but I use that gold to make me money, and if I'm really desperate, I'll just go divines, and I'll flip. Well, it's actually at a really terrible ratio now, so I'd look for something else. There's literally no ratio for money on there. One that's always good though is Val Orbs. So Exalt here. There's not really any ratio on Exalt. There's a little bit on Chaos that you can make some. You could get like 5 Vals per Chaos, which is not bad. But Divines, they have like a 200 extra Val Orbs whenever you buy one with a Divine. It's insane. You do this like back and forth 5 times, you spend about 1,000,000 gold, like literally 5 or 6 times, you spend a little less than 1,000,000 gold, but you get a free Divine out of it. It might take some time, you might need to wait a little bit, but this is a way to just get you free Divines. Obviously, I had a lot here they didn't sell, I should unlist, relist. Like, if you're doing these and they don't sell, you can just press Control Shift left click to get a whole bunch of them into your inventory fast. Because it seems that these are flipping with market costs. I don't know, they're super inconsistent, but if you can get even a couple little sales, the variance on it is so high that it's literally free money. So like, I got so many of these now, it's ridiculous. So then I would come here, try to get 3 divines for it because that's just what I have, and I'm gonna try and sell them for 2, 750, 716, 700, and 30. Let's make it 24. There we go. 708 per divine. If that sells, then great. Then I just made a free divine and got like literally hundreds of Val Orbs for essentially free. It's kind of tedious, but it's passive, and then that's all I do, and then I go back into the map and keep blasting. In a day you can get several divine worth for small amounts of currency. I don't know if that helps you. I know you said you don't have a divine, and you need a divine to work with doing that. Just one back and forth all the time. I even also use whole numbers, so that way people don't need to buy ridiculous amounts with like 2 divines to make the purchase. But yeah, there's bad pairs with the max rolls reduced. You wouldn't want to get those. Just ones with bad attributes that people seem to think are worth nothing because they're not the perfect roll. The belt isn't necessary. Like, it does a lot, especially with the bossing rings, and it helps you with magic find. But it's really not necessary. It's kind of a reach goal for the build. The only things you need, like need, is this weapon and this pair of gloves, and then your reses cap. So if you can cap your reses, you're good to go. Try to get attributes on your rings and your amulet, and then you'll have a really good start point. Like the boots, the chest, and the helmet, I managed to get attributes on there, but honestly, it might even be better to go tri-res, and then instead of having all elemental resistances, just get another attribute on each one of these, because then the belt would boost it when you do get the belt. Like, but then that also means you're not getting the res boosted by the belt, so you know, it's a whole balancing act. You just build around with what you have, and I mean, that's every build. You know that. A lot of people, I was surprised, they were thinking that some things had to be copied and pasted directly, but there is so much variance to every build. It's kind of nice that no build will ever be exactly the same unless it's all uniques, but I don't see an all uniques build ever really being good. There's just too many weaknesses to them. Even this build has way more uniques than I ever expected to use. Like, there's the warrior chest piece that is, for a really, really good one, was 13 divines, And so I bought one to see what it would be like, and all it did was get me killed multiple times. Yeah, my damage was just insane, but
I'm unable.
not worth using at all. So I balanced that out by getting, well, by reverting back to this amazing chess piece. Like, oh, I'm in love with this chess piece. It just makes me pretty much unkillable in most maps unless I get extremely unlucky with some mobs that just stun no matter what, or with some enemy that freezes for seemingly no reason and gets past the thawing charm. Well, I hope it works out for you, Lena. I really do.
I cannot.
Yeah. I will say that if you don't have the gear right now, I just hope that the patch comes and it doesn't get nerfed to the ground, but honestly it's so strong that it's still going to be good. I don't really care what happens to it. I have so much fun with this that it's going to survive whatever they do to it unless they like literally delete the gloves or the staff. And even if they delete the staff, I'm sure there's a way to somehow get around it. It's just what I'm kind of using. One thing I got kind of quote-unquote wrong is I don't have any flat cold damage on my rings. I'm still working on getting that, but I just can't seem to find it. I mean, I'm trying to replace the Sapphire one because it's got no flat damage and a little bit lower stats all around, but I probably should reduce this one, even though this is the one with the really nice lightning damage on it. Because having a little bit of cold damage would make these cold explosions, instead of happen most of the time, would happen all the time.
The soil. Not yet.
Level 89, didn't manage to kill the gloves dropping boss. You almost had him. Didn't manage to kill the 4 Ascendancy boss who stopped. Oh, that. Well, you know what? I can help you with the 4th Ascendancy boss. If you want to run the Secumus, let me know and I'll kick his ass for you. Like, I do not mind that. He is a dink. So I didn't know his mechanic about stopping time. I saw the hourglasses on the ground and I had the immediate reaction of, oh, avoid those things because they'll kill you, because that's what everything in this game has taught me. Oh yeah. Yeah, so there's two ways. You can go through the whole thing in a party, but that is a little bit unpleasant. It makes it a little bit more difficult all the way through. But if you go all the way to the end boss, you can stop before you go into the boss room, and then when you click on the little tablet thing in the middle there, there's something on the bottom left that kind of looks like an arch, if I'm remembering right, and it says that you can stop and do it again another time. You can go into the Secumus area, add party members, and they can join you. I didn't even get my 4th Ascendancy until I think I was level 88 or 89 as well, so it took me a long time to beat him. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, seriously, just let me know if you're wanting to run it. I'll hop in there and help you kick his butt, because that boss is a jerk. That boss is actually the reason why I swapped to this build. Yeah, no problem. I'm happy to help. I just want people to enjoy the game, and I feel like this is a very strange barrier that GGG put in, and I feel like they're going to change it very quick. Because, I mean, it's a very consistent message the entire community is saying. We want to play the game, and we don't want to be gated off by that boss, so I don't think they're going to be too caught up on that. Which gold build are you running? Because, like, if you're doing Ice Strike, it should be really good for single target. Well, if you want, you can... I mean, obviously I just posted a video about it today. Some people have been asking me for build advice, and Well, I want people to succeed. I struggled really hard in PoE 1, and so when I finally figured things out, I wanted to share my knowledge. Uh, what supports are you rocking? Because legitimately, pretty much all these would be the same, except for lightning infusion with it. My Discord link isn't working anymore. That's weird. Let's see here. I had somebody join today, so I don't know why it wouldn't be working. Here, I'll try to mark it. Invite, copy. Okay. Here. Or wait, I should probably just message you directly. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Whisper. Come on. Whisper. I'm doing something wrong. You know what? I think I know what to do. This one here with Twitch. Make sure the audio's off. Probably just in case I don't accidentally leak too much information. Put that off to the side. My channel. Edit panels. Can I edit this? Trying to update it. Make it work a little better, but it's being a bit of a stick. Stick isn't liking changes. Creator dashboard maybe? You know what? I'll figure it out a different time. Cause here. That's it. I put it in chat. That should work. Let me know if it doesn't. Oh, there you are. Howdy. Alrighty. Most successful German role-playing game. Action, Virtuous Knights, Elven Ranger, Eldritch Mage, or Erudite Mage. Experience Breath of Venturia. Continent? Does it have... Ooh, it does have a really cool map. I like that a lot. It's got the... I mean, obviously I can't read it perfectly, but... a few words pop out that I can understand. Orcs, for example. You could figure that out in a hurry. The Hohen Norden, the home of the Nords. Caliphate, I don't know what Colm and Caliphate, those I'm assuming are kings or gods. Meridian. I like the map a lot. That is very well detailed. It looks like an actual topographic map. The ship isn't exactly to scale, but I mean, it's pretty cool with the sea serpent and everything. And then it leaves room for growth to the northeast. Okay. Oh, that's cool. So it has all kinds of cultures in it. I mean, it makes sense to have more cultures. It's a D&D style game, but it's the Dark Eye. Okay. All the species, humans, elves, half-elves, dwarves. So it's a kind of a normal fantasy, but it doesn't go into the super weird stuff like the half genies and half angels. Keeps it a little more close to home and relatable. I like this. By the way, is the sound better now that I turned it down? I hope it's not too loud still. Yeah, realistic as elves and dwarves can get. Okay, perfect. I'll keep it this way. I'm surprised how low I have to put the volume to make it sound good. This one here looks really cool. The Moha. Largest tribe of the forest folk, commonly used by those who do not distinguish between various jungle tribes. Oh. I can definitely see players picking that and being very abusive with culturals and norms. I like that a lot. That's like the perfect ranger class. And like druid or nomad vibes. It's even got history in with the people from the various regions. Just put it right in when you select the region. You already know the history. That's really cool. Gives you kind of a guideline on how to roleplay the character. This is something we're definitely gonna have to look into some more. Like this is a lot more in depth than I expected it to be. Culture of the half-elves, dwarves, and elves. Professions? Oh yes, like the starting profession. Yeah. We were trying to do, like, we're literally in a group chat called Anything But D&D. We're all a bunch of DMs who have ran games and we're wanting to take turns playing. And, like, right now we're doing the Marvels thing. We've done Pathfinder and Shadowrun, and I did the Dark Souls inspired one. Oh, no classes. Oh, so, yeah, you just build whatever you want. Ooh, that's good. So, yeah, it's very much so like Shadowrun then, where there's no classes, you just do whatever you want. I like that a lot. Like, honestly, it's so much more creative and open. Yeah, no kidding. Very much like Path of Exile. Continent in the Dark Eye. I don't know. It's probably just me reaching. Dark Eye, does that make it kind of like Dark Sun, where it's very gothic, survival-esque, and uh, I'm not going to say grindy, but just there's a lot of rules in the world that you need to know and work around, otherwise you're going to get yourself killed by saying you know how to read books and I'm a magic user. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Some are a lot more lenient with the rules and with the story. So I'm just quickly catching up on chat here. Okay, perfect. Alrighty. I'm glad everything seems to be working. This makes me happy. It's actually a pretty good group of people in there right now. There's quite a few noobs, quite a few people who know what they're doing, and everybody's just there trying to help each other.
Vanquished.
I mean, you'll go through the chat, you'll see the the lengthy messages that people are sending. It seems we have a few lurkers on the chat. Howdy do. Good seeing you. Welcome to the video.
I cannot.
I know a lot of things that have come up. People are asking questions like, oh, they're trying to put this together, but they're not getting a lot of what they're seeing right now. Honestly, it's just little errors most of the time. So if something's not working, like I know I had it where I accidentally put Ice Bite on Herald of Ice and Innervate on Herald of Thunder because it made logical sense, but it just made it so that I wasn't constantly getting both procs going at the same time. And when you get both procs going at the same time, the map just cascades. Like, see, I got both procs going, big damage numbers, ice explosions, ice explosions, ice explosions all the time. Chance. Prismatic ring. Come on. There we go. Something seems to be bogging the game down a little bit. I know exactly what it is too. I can't quite turn on multi-threading yet. I'm still suffering with that issue. If I turn it on, the computer will almost certainly freeze within a few minutes, and it's not even anything to do with my computer, it's just how the game is. I turned the game on after changing the screen to be windowed mode so that I could do the stream here, and I couldn't even open the game, and immediately hard froze and I had to restart the computer by like long pressing. That is the #1 thing I hope gets fixed as soon as this next patch comes out. There we go. Feels like I'm farming maps, I'm getting so many. Ooh, perfect. I look forward to seeing that max roll. Are you suffering the same crashing issue too? Also, yeah, if you post that max roll in the Discord, oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, I got a couple of buddies that I'm playing with every couple of nights, and they're not either, so they thought it was they thought it was my computer, but then we found out that no, it's like literally a ton of people are suffering from it, unfortunately. But I'm hoping to actually put together a bunch of people to help with their builds and whatnot. Maybe not even necessarily to do with the monk, but just helping in general. I've had one person today ask me about a gemling build. I didn't have the answers from yet, but it's something I'd like to look into now. It's actually pretty fun to learn more about other builds, and I find helping people with theirs makes me better at the game as well. A gemling is the mercenary class. It's one of the ascendancies that they have. They get, I mean, I'll just pull it up. I'll pull up the picture of it exactly. Gemling Mercenary PoE 2. It is not that one, that's the Witch Hunter. This guy. They're the ones that get to use their support skills in 2 gems instead of 1. They also get really good attribute scaling from all the... Okay, I gotta put that back. From all the small passive nodes, I think they get double effect of all these. So if they got, say, 100 attributes on the tree for all of this, like I probably have more than 20 nodes here, they would get 200 attributes. They get a few other things, but those are the big ones. It's like the doubling up the support gems, doubling the attributes, and something else. But while it's probably really good, my one buddy, he was a gemling, and it did not work out for him. He actually respect. Oh man, I would love if you could like multi-class into some things, because honestly, I'd probably drop all these just to get the gemling specific ascendancy stuff. That would be amazing. Like that would be fire. I agree completely. I wish you could kind of see right around there, but like they start, I think, here on the tree. I don't know if you played Path of Exile 1 at all, but in 1 there was something called the Scion, and that was kind of her thing. She was a little bit of every class, and you could spec into bits and pieces of every ascendancy. It was actually really interesting. A lot of people made some of the best builds in the game with her. I think the most widespread, hyper powerful one was an armor stacker. There's a weapon, I think it was like a feather or something, I can't remember entirely, but what it did is it used a series of gems and some really good nodes to just massively boost how much stats you're getting in a small area to give you just an insane armor pool, and then you just not really take physical damage. And I think they also made it so that armor applied to resistances, but I can't remember 100%. But then the weapon that they used also made the armor apply to their damage. So they were just this ridiculously tanky, ridiculously powerful class, and it was extremely expensive to get into, but the people who played them, there was no content they couldn't do. And PoE 1 was notorious for having content that was super gate kept. Like they had Hall Grandmasters where one of the streamers put his community together to fund a build, and the build essentially can't be killed by anything other than an act of God. And yeah, it made it so that the entire Hall of Grandmasters map was unusable for 99% of players. Well, more than that. In a given season, there'd be at most like 10 people who could kill it. Oh man, the Avazon, yes please. The full screen clears with the lightning bouncing from mob to mob. It's so satisfying. And if they wanted to go an extra step... Ooh, what is this? Siphons flask charges, I don't know. Is this a breach boss or something? I have no idea what I'm looking for here. Yeah, it's going this way. If they want to go a further step and include Diablo 2 cow level, yes please. Best level in all of video gaming. I love the cow level. I love getting it too with word slag. You want to see my passive tree? For sure. Just a second here. Yeah, I've got a few different variations in the passive tree in the max roll because it's all dependent on what you're rocking. So like there's one for more and less gearing. So the one I'm using right now would be best if I had Astramentus, but they just recently, like very recently, nerfed actually, I'll just show you right now. There we go, clearing it out to make it safe. Very recently nerfed the Killer Instinct, so you're not getting both, but honestly, that needed to be done. But I'm still going up top here to get CI, the crit nodes, both intelligence and energy shield. I'm getting all of this crit and all this energy shield. I no longer need to get these two passive nodes because I'm at 50% crit chance now. I bought some not amazing but decent crit chance jewels, and that's helped me get there. The attack damage and lightning damage don't really matter. It'd be better if you got something like movement speed or whatever else is helpful on here, but the dexterity is super huge. Just the corrupted attribute is insane. So think about this as any attribute, but if you're putting it towards one thing, just think strength. Here I'm getting 12% attack damage and 6% lightning damage for a total of 18%. That 9 dexterity with attributes brings it up to 10. Because of this, with 10 strength, or 10 attributes put towards strength, that's 24% weapon damage, so those few attributes are better than both of the damage mods on that jewel. Which is making me think definitely the best way to go for a build like this, and it would be ridiculously expensive, is to go adorned, but I'm nowhere near that level yet. That's like, I don't even have Astramentus yet, and adorned is even more expensive. So you need to get a high rolled adorned. You'd have to see what the breakpoints are based on the stuff that you got. And then you'd need to get a series of jewels, probably all blue ones with crit chance and energy shield, corrupted to get an attribute. And if you didn't have that, what's the point? You bought adorned, you're going to buy the tippy top jewels. Oh man, Hammerdin was nuts. Were you the Hammerdin? Did you ever? I can't remember what it's called. I think it was called Enigma, the rune word, which allowed you to teleport around. I'd see those guys all the time, and they were just ridiculously powerful. I never understood how they got the currency for that. Like, I think I found a low rune once in my entire time playing Diablo. Oh yeah? Oh, I'm jealous. How did you even farm it? Like, I never got them to drop. Oh yeah, no kidding. I mean, what else are you gonna do with your time when you're 14? It's perfect use of your time. I mean, heck, if you're 14 and you're doing that, maybe one day you can be some guy or some girl just teaching people how to play Diablo when they get into it in 20 years. Because that seems like it's a game that's going to be around forever and ever. hope you get that opportunity. I had one chance, and I was pretty happy about it. It was a previous relationship, but her kid was just getting into the games, and I really liked showing him this kind of nerdy stuff. It made it pretty easy to bond. I liked that a lot. Her son was a good kid. Remember as if it was yesterday when my best friend and oh yeah? Did you go straight to Lord of Destruction, or did you start low with regular Diablo 2? I'm going to try something here. Straight. Well, then you got into it when it was at the tippy top. Did you ever do the... Oh yeah, of course you would have. You had Hammer Din, so you would have had the torches. I liked being a Smite Din so that I could do those bosses over and over. I really liked the Pinnacle bosses in Diablo 2.
Not yet.
Well, that was a really fast breach boss. Or not breach, delirium boss. I wanted to test, yeah, getting good explosions. So yeah, if I got really like any cold damage, I would even be able to explode delirium. Well, I'm still popping now. Okay, so maybe it wasn't a good test. Oh yeah. It's kind of similar in Path of Exile 2, where it's like first come first serve, except for they're kind enough to make like the map owner get some priority when it comes to certain items, or it's like with your magic find you get better stuff. I never really liked the co-opetition style. I've always wanted cooperation, so I kind of hoped that this would be more, as much as I think this is 100 times better than D3, D4, I think not competing for loot is a good thing. I think everybody getting a little bit is the superior way, but this is also much more fun and cooperative even when you're not in a group, like with the whole trade system and everything, so maybe if everybody got a piece it would overflood too much, and there's already a lot of cheaters with like bringing in aura bots and magic find bots with like those gloves that make everything count as it's killed by you. I think it might get out of control if they did that. Oh yeah. Mephisto's probably my favorite boss fights in all video games, and I know I'm definitely talking with nostalgia covered eyes right now, but when you go in there and he says you're too late and comes out with that cloud of the white smoke, or it might be steam, whatever it is, and he just starts throwing balls of lightning at you and he chunks you down for almost all your health. Like it's a rush. Him and Dariel and I'm trying to remember. I think Mephisto is also the one that says you're too late, and that one just really sticks with me. Oh yeah, the boss design is gorgeous, and that whole Kuras temple, yeah. I get lost in there all the time.
I'm unable.
Like, that's a massive map, just like how in PoE 2 we got some seriously massive maps, but it seemed like it had tricks. If you knew it, you could make it around in like half the time. Okay.
Relentless assault.
Come on, chieftain. Just stay still. You know what? This will work. No, it won't.
Not yet.
Come on, rocks. We got it. Finally. Do-do-do. Any teleport? Yeah, that's right, because I can get over all kinds of walls. Oh look, I just sold the divs. Or sold the valves for divs. So yeah, proof of concept. It took a little bit, but
I cannot.
that is just a couple of trades I did and it got me a free div. Not the most efficient. There's probably a lot better ways if you're to find better items, because you have to trade for so many vowels that it costs a lot of gold. But if you're struggling for currency and you just need something but you got gold, that is a way to get it.
I cannot. Infusion.
There's the map. Oh,
Dreamer provides.
on death effect. I'm very surprised it didn't do more damage than that. So before I swapped this, I was getting killed by on death effects all over the place. And so now I got so much health that most on death effects don't hurt, but
Go on.
they definitely did for a while. Like way too much so.
Indeed.
Hello.
You don't have gold from all the skilling and trying and experimenting. I feel that entirely. I feel that for sure. Divines, Val. I'm almost out of Val now, so let's go buy some for 899 for, oops, the wrong way. 899 for one Divine. I could probably get 940, but I'd rather be the first one to sell. Well, did you, a million for reskilling? Holy crap, that's a lot. You must have done the whole tree. Did you find anything cool out though? Any new tech? Bugs. Yep. Yeah, that sounds about right. There's definitely a lot of things that should work but don't. Like, one that bugs me. Right here, this thing, 10% increased damage if you consumed a corpse recently. I thought that was going to be a great bug, or a great perk, or explicit, whatever, I can't think of words right now, with Grim Feast, because it says specifically, feeds on corpses. If it feeds on corpses, you're consuming corpses. But no, Grim Feast doesn't seem to give you that 10% increased damage. Every time I walked over something, I had my thing open, and I was like, okay, is my damage going to go up? And I walk over it, and nothing happened. Okay, both bossing rings on, perfect. Oh man, it would be so good. And it makes sense. Like, I know when GGG was saying that if you can skill something in, it would make sense. Or, if it made sense to skill in, it would work. But it just, that one makes sense and it doesn't work. And then there's some that don't make sense but do work. Oh, my one buddy, he's trying to go for, there's a chess piece that makes enemies lightning resistance equal to your lightning resistance, and so the concept of the build is make your lightning resistance as low as possible, and apparently he just got his down to minus 190. The flip of it is you also, I think it uses, or it sets yours to essentially 0, but the way he's going about it, he's getting a lot better than 0. I don't know, he seems to pop every couple maps, but whenever he's going against bosses, he can actually take them out really quick. Where you unskill a tree, or the hell tree, you accept the change, the next time you look into it again, nothing changed. But you paid, oh, that's stupid. That's really stupid. Why would they do that? Yeah, that's an expensive way to find out that, oh look, I have no gold for no reason. Another one is sometimes you use a Chaos Orb on an item and literally nothing changes. Like, you can make the argument that maybe it rolled cold to cold and somehow got 14% both times, but I did it 3 times on one item and only changed one stat. It didn't make any sense. another good uh, passive skill bug. These, even though they look like strength and dex, because they're inside the ring of heroic tragedy, they don't do anything. They act as if they don't work. Same thing with this one from Controlled Metamorphosis. 5 to any attribute, it doesn't give me any attribute. uh, it's a great game. Like, I love this game so much. Like, this is way better than I expected it to be. But there is a lot of glitches going on, that's for sure. Yeah, exactly. It's early access. I kind of wonder if it's because, like, there's some jewels here that have affects everything in a radius, and it gives you, uh, well, I mean, this jewel. I'm not gonna look for it because it's a nightmare. But like, oof, if only this was a real one. But nope, they probably want like 60 div for it. And so how that works is everything here, so this and this and this and this and this and this and these would give 4 and 3% to their attributes of, I think that one was strength and dex, strength and int, which is crazy good. But then it does nothing to these little guys, so maybe that's how the game is trying to read it, trying to change it into what it thinks it should be, but it's just not working. I've even went in here trying to allocate it. I went and like refunded it and stuck it to strength and stuck it to other attributes, and it just did nothing. But it'll get fixed. This will get fixed pretty quick, I believe. GGG's usually not one to leave things super long term, but I mean, they've also apparently they left one thing in Path of Exile 1 for the entirety of it because they put in a quick fix that they just wanted for the temporary until they got a real fix going in, and then 10 years later they never actually did anything else because that quick fix is working too good. Oh, those wrong shop offers. This guy here, like this guy here, he just wants to be seen because with these jewels it's a nightmare. You can't actually search for anything. This, if I wanted to go through it, I'd have to scroll down to the bottom like this, keep going, keep loading, keep loading. Like, essentially that over and over and over. Close that window, that's not the right one. Close that window. Why do I have so many tabs open? There we go. And then when you get to the bottom, I screwed it up. But anyways, pretend I got to the bottom, then you'd hit Control Find, Strength. Okay, good, I found one here for Strength. It's only 150 divines, wonderful. I don't want that one. And then, for whatever reason, the next one is like literally nothing. But that's how painful these are to search for right now, and he just wants to be seen. And then if you were to message him, he would probably be like, oh, it's this much. Because nobody thinks this is an augmentation orb, and he wants to be at the tippy top of the list. This one here, 3 exalt. I don't, or 3 minutes and 1 exalt. I don't know how much he wants. I am afraid to ask him, so I'm not even going to. Well, let's keep blasting a few maps. What do I got here? Oh wait, I should.
How can I help?
I got lucky. Already bought and sold. So now Val orbs. So 899 for div. Costs 143,000 gold. But when I sell them back and forth, I make almost 200 Val orbs for free. It is, yeah. It's slow going, but it's obviously building me up stuff, and then at the very start of the stream I seem to sell all the big ticket items that I've been trying to sell. So I'm in a good spot. I got a few things that I'm trying to sell for 5 div. This is a pretty good body armor with the extra evasion on it. I think I have this one overlisted for sure. Let's put it down to 3 div. Yeah, because that one doesn't seem I mean, it's got amazing resistances and kind of okay rolls, and a big evasion energy shield, but it's not 5 div good. Oh well. You put it high, then you reduce it. You shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you land among the stars. Ooh, I got a sand spit. This is the best map in the game. If every map could be sand spit, it'd be tedious because it's always the same map, but I'd still be happy.
Your life has been one long lie.
Fury unleashed!
We down to tier 10. You know what, I'm going to blast this fast because it's the Delirium map, and the Delirium ones seem to have a timer, unless they're glitched and last forever. But I just want to get the most rewards for it, and this is a great map. Am I faster than the fog? Faster than the fog. Okay, never mind. I don't want to sprint through. That's weird. Well, I just went back against my word. I'm going slow. I'm going back.
Not yet.
For the longest time, I couldn't see the fog on the map. I don't know what was going on. I think I just had the settings on my monitor wrong. It just blended into the background super hard, but now that I know what to actually look for, I understand Delirium a little bit better. I still don't really know what like 20% Delirious means. Does it mean like 20% less damage, or either way, I basically just blast maps and hope for the best.
Not yet.
What am I stuck on? Come on, level. There we go. And then once I do both sides like that on this map, I try to burst through, because if I can make it in time, I don't... Oh, it didn't go through. Never mind. I don't get the big bonus of being able to cut through to the other side for another massive pop of mobs.
Arms for the monster.
Oh, about the mist? For sure. So, I'll clear the screen a bit here. Do you see this white little fog trailing out going forward? Do you see how it just passed me now and how it's going up past me that way? Now there's no fog. That's because I didn't keep up with the mist and it ends. Without that trailing fog, it wanted me to keep going up in this direction, I guess, based on the way it cut out. I would have expected it to go more like this instead of like this, because it didn't let me go this way down. I had to come across here, and then it just ran out. Yeah, that's something I just learned probably like 2 weeks ago myself, and I've been playing this since I think December 2023. Like, it's called Affliction, the league that I was in for Path of Exile 1. Really fun league, and that was the first time I like really got into the game. I touched it a little bit for there's a league with towers and everybody was playing Cyclone. I did that one for a little bit, but it was on PlayStation, and the servers were really bad on PlayStation. Like, you'd do something and then 2 seconds later the game would render, so I didn't get too into it. And that's probably when my account was made, because it says I've been around since I think like 2015, but I have not been playing since 2015. One thing I'll do, yeah, I can probably do it. After this map, I could probably hop into a second map, show what it's like, and then if I get to the end, I'll shoot you an invite if you want. If anybody's in the chat, I can shoot you an invite if you need the ascendancies. It's mostly just for having fun, SNGs kind of thing. Kind of feels strange playing this way. I usually have my screen a lot wider. I actually got really... It was a really generous gift my mom gave me last year. It was a huge computer monitor. She wanted me to have something that wasn't just practical, because I always look for the practical gifts, because like groceries are more important than fun. But she got me this because she wanted me to really enjoy myself, and then a couple months later I ended up getting injured, and so this has come in real handy. It's been an amazing game. Oh, no problem. 1 AM already? Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yes.
Well, that sounds good. I'll definitely be streaming, maybe not tomorrow, but the day after for sure. I'm wanting to make this a little bit more consistent if I can while I have the time. And, I mean, I definitely have the time right now. I want to make the most of it. And so yeah, if you're on, I'd love to help you out and have you around. You're a good person to talk to, you're kind of fun and interesting. Like to hear more about the black, not the black, was it the black eye? No, that doesn't sound right. Going through the chat here. I gotta get the name, otherwise it'll bug me. The Dark Eye, that's what it was. Thank you. It looks like a great system, honestly. I like the world, I like the character design, I like the art style. That's the kind of thing that I go for. Like if it can capture my attention at the very onset, it will have me for life. It's kind of why I'm still a Dark Souls nerd. That's really good. They're all low rolls, but it's really, really good. Alrighty. It's probably, you know what? Go big or go home, right? Hey, got an extra mod. Not a super amazing one, shock duration, but it's still decent. Try to get 2 div for it. That seems to be what it's worth. Spell damage, maximum energy shield, crit chance, and some stuff that's good for the build that uses it. Oh yeah. The first Dark Souls, it had my soul. I got so much stuff for it. On the wall over there, Dark Souls got me into Berserk. You're proud of yourself for killing DLC Radon? Oh wow, very nice. Very nice. I love Elden Ring. But when it came out, it was at a time when I was working all the time. So I beat regular Radon, and I got the castle in the northwest there. I can't remember. I never got to Millennia. I never even got to Millennia, and I really wanted to. But like I probably had about 2/3 of the game when the meter fell, and then I realized, oh no, I haven't even touched Underground yet, and it just kind of got rid of all that bit of content. And then I kind of got sad and didn't really like the underground, and then I found the volcano level, and I was like, do I? It's so big, it's so big, and I got a little off put by it, and then I just started working crazy hours. Last year I was working like, my longest day was 20 and a half hours. And then I had a 3-week stretch of all 16 to 17 hour days, and it was too much. And then when I came back home and I tried to turn it on, I had completely forgotten the controls, and I was terrible. I would have had to start from the start, and I just couldn't do it. Oh yeah. And then I don't know if you no, you can't see it anymore because I have the thing turned off on the camera, but maybe in the old videos you could. Uh, I got a picture of Guts with his berserk armor on a rock there on the moon, and I love it. I love it so much. I have a berserk uh, collector's edition for the volumes 1 and 2 given to me by my friend, and I got uh, a graphic novel of Dark Souls that was just given to me by the girlfriend for Christmas, and I'm really looking forward to reading them. I probably should have read them already. I've had them for about, it's the 7th now, so for about 3 weeks. Terrible. I should have read it earlier, but they're fantastic. They look so pretty. They're very... I can't believe how good the Dark Souls graphic novel art style is. Hold on here, I got a little girl begging me for attention. Come on. There we go. Okay. What's your favorite arc in Berserk? Oh, you never read the manga? Oh, you have to read the manga. Like the... Oh man, it's so good. Like I love the original anime, and I even really love the 3 movies that do the Golden Age arc again. Those are fantastic. I wasn't a big fan. I think it was 2018 or 2017 when they did the Black Swordsman arc. Oh yeah. It's so sad when you realize that the Golden Age is literally the prequel essentially, and it's such an amazing prequel to the story. And like the first episode of Berserk in like the old hand-drawn style shows where he is before the Golden Age, and then they never continued past it with how good the anime was. Oh my, why didn't they continue past it? Like I know Miura was a slow writer, and it's sad, rest his soul. But still, like, they had something to go off of. It's an amazing story. They could have got to the lost children with the crazy fairy girl. Like, that is... I actually have a tattoo on my back of the Dark Sign from Dark Souls and the Mark of Sacrifice from Berserk. Oh, most definitely. On on right now, his best friend and kind of not competition, but his best friend in the anime scene actually did pick it up. He's continuing what he knew of the story from Miura, and I don't know how many chapters he's released. I think I've read 3 chapters that he's released. They're honestly all pretty good. The most recent one you can definitely tell wasn't Miura, but it was still really good. I feel like he's doing a great job. It might be like a small step down, but when you're doing greatness and finishing it with really good, I am not going to complain. I'm just happy that they're continuing the story that he wanted to tell and not letting it die with him, because I feel like the story that he made, he deserved to have it be told. Oh, it's so good. You, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. You can even probably skip right past the Golden Age if you don't want to reread it. I'd understand that because it's a lot. It's like 100 chapters of the Golden Age. I think it's 80 chapters if I'm remembering right, but it's been a while since I read it. And I mean, the only thing you're really missing is Puck, but you'll get your fill of Puck when you get into the other chapters. Like the Lost Children is a fantastic arc. The Slug Count or the Slug Baron. Oh my God, I love that story so much. When I actually wrote my game, I wrote the Slug Baron into the game. He is something that will stick with me forever. He's a villain who did bad things for good and bad reasons, and like he actually had depth. Oh man. Artorias is guts. Like that's how much depth there is of Berserk and Dark Souls. They essentially made Dark Souls to be Berserk but without the name. They kept the themes, they kept the art style, they kept the crazy deep lore. Yeah. Sif, I never wanted to beat. I actually went an entire playthrough of Dark Souls 1 doing everything except for the Covenant of Artorias, and then I just ended it because I just kept doing PvP in the forest and I left Sif alive. Oh. Oh, Uno, you just need attention. This is Uno Dos, by the way. 1-2 in Spanish. She had a brother who is no longer here, unfortunately. It was supposed to be Uno and Dos, but the the kid I was telling you about before, the ex's son, he liked Taiko, so his name was Taiko, and Uno became Uno Dos. Stop playing at the Sif fight. I understand completely. Oh, yes, girl. Oh, I know, I know. She could spend the entire day flop like this, just getting her tum rubbed. She doesn't really care about much else. She just wants attention and love. But you know what, girl? I'm gonna have to put you down for a second, okay? Is that okay? Yeah, you're pretty okay with everything, aren't you? Mwah. Here you go, baby. Go lay with your sister. Honestly, you don't even need to play past the Sif fight. You don't need to go fight or you don't need to clear the Abyss. You don't need to go. I mean, it sucks that you can't go into the DLC area without fighting Artorias. Or wait, yeah, you can go before Sif. Yeah, never mind. That's after Anne Orlando. Uh, the only thing you can't do is like completely finish and go fight Gwyn, which is an amazing fight, but not necessary. One of the most fun, or not most fun, but most interesting fights to me was Gwendolyn, because of just how hidden it is. Some people can go through multiple playthroughs, and if they didn't know it existed, would never find it. I just love those super hidden details they have, where it took a community to figure it out. Yeah, it was really easy. He just shoots a couple of arrows and you hop behind a pillar, but the aesthetic was there. You're 100%, it was way too easy. If you had a ranged attack, you could kill him in like 3 hits too. I never played a single magic caster in those games though, but they're ridiculously strong. I just never did it. I was always like I mean, that's kind of untrue, because I use pyromancies because they didn't require any investment. I really like throwing fireballs and like the Great Combustion with like a flippy character or a strong character with big defenses. Wait for people to come in, and instead of swinging your sword, you just blast them. And I don't know if you did the PvP in that one at all, but it had the huge delay after when you parry versus when the server thinks you parried. So it was pretty fun using that to your advantage. People would expect to parry and then just get blasted in the face with a combustion. There's blood magic in Elden Ring? I didn't even know. I knew there's the sword that you stabbed yourself, but what's the blood magic in Elden Ring? The flies. Oh, from like the I can't remember his name, but the guy who basically says he's gonna defile your corpse. Oh, yeah. Those blood areas were insane. Like, and the things that keep spawning, like essentially the NPCs that keep spawning in to be like invaders, they just never stop invading. I didn't expect that. I thought, oh, I beat it, I'm safe, and then I went back and then it murdered me. Yeah, the white masks, exactly. I don't get their deal. They're just Evil. So evil. Oh yes, most definitely. And I love how like literally the first NPC that talks to you in the game is a white mask. He's a dick too, but everybody in Dark Souls is a dick, so you don't really think that's a red flag. Vare? That sounds right. Yes, yes, how he calls you maidenless. One thing that's kind of funny, you can sprint past him, get the maiden, come back, and he'll still call you maidenless. Or at least it used to do that. I don't know if it still does. Man. And then him trying to make friends with you is cutting off your finger. Man. You're 100% right. Huge creep. Huge ick vibes from one guy.
The soil.
I think this will be the last map I can do tonight for the next little bit. I know you have to go to bed, Lena, so I won't try to be a bad influence and keep you up. Gotta make supper. The girlfriend should be home in about an hour, hour and a half, and she just cooked all day. She's a chef, and I don't want her to have to come home and cook. Oh man, yeah. As much as I love and respect Elden Ring and respect the scope of it, Dark Souls was just such a perfect little story with a bow on top, and even the really terrible parts, like Lost Izalith, oh man, that was so incomplete. But the fact that it was so incomplete makes you think how much better it could have been, and somehow that makes it even better.
I'm unable.
And that's why I use blink, because I have no patience. I stand on the bat all the time and then blink right off in hopes that it doesn't murder death kill me. Oh man, yeah. And Quilana, like there's Quileg who just murders you over and over and over again. Quilana behind the wall, and then which one's the Fire Witch that when you get a certain distance in? Yeah, I know, right? She's sitting there in agony, and you have to give her all this humanity just so that the pain goes away. Like, oh man, it's so dark. I mean, they call it Dark Souls, but it's just so dark. And then you kill the sister, who her entire purpose is just, I'm trying to care for my sister, and this is the only thing that'll work. Like, oh man. By the way, shout out to Vadavidya. I never would have figured out that lore without him. He's got such amazing lore videos out there, like, man, I love it. If it weren't for the lore of Dark Souls, as inaccessible as it is, it wouldn't be as amazing. Like, the gameplay is tight, the world's top notch, but the fact that there's just so much depth, and they were so confident in their story that they're willing to hide it, of all things. It's so dark, Souls. I like that. Oh man, you're 100% right. Ooh, I got a heavy built chance here. Watch me turn it into dust. Don't have chance orb on me. There it is, it's dust. I wished so hard for a single good character, or happy-go-lucky character in Dark Souls, because in one, like, it was essentially Sieg something. And then Dark Souls 3 happens, and they brought him back, and it was wonderful because he was like a capable version Patches is not a happy character with a good ending. He's the worst character. Oh man. To be fair, you're right. In 3, he does actually turn into a good guy. He forgets that he's an asshole, turns into a good guy. You remind him, and then instead of letting himself become that asshole again, he kicks you down a hole as per his character, but he's literally doing the only thing that can save you by kicking you down that hole. It gets you to where you need to go. And he does that so he can go hollow somewhere else. Like at the end of time, it's you, him, and like whatever that end boss was. I can't remember his name. He's a super badass fight there on the beach there. It's sad souls. But Siegmeyer, that's his name, Siegmeyer. The Onion Knight. He was so fun with his like, how am I gonna get past this gate? Think, 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 think. Give me some serious Winnie the Pooh vibes. And oh, the trick is ignore him in Lost Isla so he doesn't go mad. But it's a great story. The whole his daughter being there is so sad, and it like I don't even think the daughter was an undead. I think she was just an extremely capable warrior. It was I can't ever remember. I'm messing it up now. Sieglind or Siegmeyer. But yeah, what a wonderful, wonderful game. Wonderful story. If it wasn't Sad Souls, though, would we remember it? If it was just another happy ending, it would be just something on the shelf. But because it's something that has this kind of depth, like it's sticking with me, and obviously it's sticking with you, and I enjoy it. But yeah, I think that's all I can do right now. It was really good talking to you. Hope to see you again. You guys have a great night. Thank you again for stopping by. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, it really was awesome. Good night.